Man, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, let me just move this over here. Let me move this over here a little bit. Okay, I get this out of the way. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Open Q&A. So yeah, let's see what we got here. So as you know, open Q&A. I'm going to actually open up. I'm going to do here. Set this thing up here. Have my TikTok audience up in here. This is an open Q&A. It's been a hot minute, so excuse me. Get this thing moving. This thing set up for my TikTok audience. It's been a hot minute. Get everything set up. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you guys. Get this open Q&A open. Hello there. Hello. How do you feel about Oshun? Very interesting shit. Very interesting question. 1 second. How do I feel about Oshun? I don't really know Oshun like that. You know, I'm a Vodou tradition, but that's something that my girl would have to answer. You know, she's actually in the back, actually doing a reading right now. So actually, if she's available, she can definitely be on here to answer questions. You know, but I would say that's probably going to be in the next hour or so if she's available. She's probably going to be doing what they call it, collective readings. But as far as Oshun's concerned, I mean, from what I heard, that's the goddess of love in Ifa and Santeria, you know, and I mean, hey man, if the spirit can bring love to you, hey man, you know, all power to that spirit. 1 second, let me get this thing popping. Hold on, let me get my lives going because I know people on TikTok. Shut up. Okay, open Q&A. Let me make this thing. Let me rewrite this. Open question and answer. Open Q&A. Open Voodoo Q&A. Okay, fuck it, who cares? 1 second, 1 second. Let me get this thing over here. Get this thing open because I'm going to do a live on TikTok as well. I'm working with you YouTubers. Okay. 1 second. I'm about to get everything popping. Okay. We're about to get everything in motion. Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Actually, hold on. We got a lot of questions coming in right now. Let's get ourselves back together. This looks good here. And we should put this here. Yeah. Yeah, give me a little room. 1 second, I gotta get a little room here. Yeah, that's a little much better. Okay, let me see my TikTok audience. Make some room for my. Come on. Darn it. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, things set up. 1 second. Can you guys hear me? Actually, I want to know if you guys can hear me right now. Can y'all let me know down below? Can y'all hear me? I want to know if you guys can actually hear me. What is this? Audio. Yeti. Okay, y'all guys can hear me loud and clear. Yes, on Facebook. Okay, y'all can hear me loud and clear. Good. How do you feel about? Okay, I've been dreams. Okay, let me get to these. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so we have some loud YouTube loud and clear. Okay, so I've been having dreams every time I wake up. It's a big old spider on the wall. The more I wake myself up, the smaller the spider gets and eventually disappear. Is this a message I'm not catching, or someone's trying to hex or send evil eye towards me? A spider. Keep on getting a spider. Spider dreams are very interesting. Every time you wake up, the spider gets smaller and smaller. And every time you dream, the spider gets bigger. Every time you sleep, the spider gets bigger. Every time you wake up from your dream, or you're about to wake up, the spider gets smaller. That seems like something maybe smaller and bigger in your dreams. Something you're not addressing. Something that you're not addressing spiritually. At least that's what I'd lean towards. Because if they're telling you that the spider's getting bigger in your dreams, it is something that you're probably not aware of, that you need to be aware of. More like, okay, what is this? This is an open Q&A for you guys that's tuning in on TikTok. So y'all can ask y'all questions, and I'm going to basically answer and give you my opinion on what I think. All right? What is Makaya called? At the end of the day, to be more specific, what is a Makaya cult? I would say this. From last time I was there, and what I know of, there's different organizations. Everybody has their movement. Everybody can call their movement whatever they want to call their movement. You know, some people can say that they're Makaya, some people can say Zobup, whatever. It's all the same thing. But there's just some movements that's basically known for the nonsense. When I say nonsense, I mean kaze buize. You know what I'm saying? Kase mitname. You know what I mean? We meaning that they're with the, they're with the action, they're with the smoke, but those are mainly private. So you can say that there's private organizations and there's like public. When you talk about Makaya, those guys, those people, they're more of like private, behind the scenes. But as far as movements, everybody's gonna have their movements. Of course, Vodou is something that's not going to die down. It doesn't matter what the temperature or climate is in the country, it's not going to die down whatsoever. So if they exist, yes, they do. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go off a title or a name. See, a lot of you guys in America, you guys are going off of what you read on the internet. Oh, the Makaya, this and that. Oh, listen, I've seen a lot of people buy into the hype. They come tell me, oh, I'm down with this set or whatever. Saying you got a lot of you guys got to get a lot of fantasy out of here, man. Y'all read a couple of things on the internet and y'all think that, oh, this is legit. This is what it is, man. One second, what we have here? Okay. Do you think bokors and root workers have... Well, I'm going to say this. Okay. That is a very good question. I like that one. Do you think bokors and root workers have anything in common? And do you think there is a historical connection between Haitian Voodoo and Black American Southern Hoodoo? I would say this. In regards to work, I would say African American Hoodoo workers and their bokor kind of see eye to eye. Because the African American Hoodoo practitioner, that person's about magie. That person's about work. That person's about hands-on. They're straight to the point. And this is where we can actually agree. For the Hoodoo worker, they're into magie. They focus on the work. They're not here to talk. They're not here to dance. They're not here to sing. They're straight to the point. And this is how the bokor thing is. We're not going to, if we're going to do, here goes. To get a spiritual ring for a bokor, you say what you want, we make it for you. Now, if you're going to get it from the Wugan going to say you're going to have to come to a ceremony. They're going to have to, marry you to the spirit. They're going to have to give you all this rundown of what you have to do. And Boko is like, we're going to get straight to the point. We're not going to sing. We're not going to dance. We're going to give you what you're looking for. That's it. Now on the end of a hoodoo practitioner, I would say this. I don't know any historical references that may come from, Hoodoo and Haitian Vodou or Bokos having anything whatsoever like that. But if you want to talk about present day, I mean, listen, for me, I've always given my homage and respect to the African American Hoodoo community. That's what I can say about that. Yeah, definitely. I've always given a lot of respect, to the Hoodoo community. Basically it's straight to the point, no nonsense. When I say this, I say to the African American Hoodoo community. I'm just saying I want to be specific. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Hello. Thank you. I will do some research. In traditional system from Yoruba, Ogun is least and is seen in traditional systems from Yoruba, Ogun is in least and is seen in Vodou. Well, I'm gonna say one thing. I know this is from TikTok. Someone saying that Ogun is seen least or so in the Yoruba tradition. Now in Vodou, that's a little different. Vodou, Ogun is one of the head guys, very respected. This is in reference to a comment from TikTok. Someone basically said that Ogu is like least referred to in Yoruba tradition. I know there's a story. I don't know if it goes into Nigeria, but there's a story where they said that Ogu did some, let's just say, not so pleasant things, and he was basically banished to a forest and stuff like that. But yes, in Haitian Vodou, we revere Ogu very much. We respect him. That's like a cultural icon. Like when we talk of Neg Maon, when you see that big statue with the guy with the machete, some people say that's Ogu. Mm-hmm. Okay, what we have here? Ifan, what? New Orleans, that's great. I'm glad to see y'all in New Orleans checking in. Why? Who is this? Will my husband? Well, this is not one of those lives tonight. This is not a collective reading live tonight. This is a Q&A. So you shoot your question about whatever it is that's, you're going through, like if ideas or, certain things that you've actually wondered about, here I'm here to answer those questions. Not tonight, no readings tonight. This is a Q&A. Ogun is a loi. See, Ogun, of course, Ogun, wherever you want to call him, an Orisha, if you want to call him a loi, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, a spirit is a spirit. That's all that matters. We, dogma, dogma, we don't get too much into dogma over here. It's about practice. All right, let me see what this super chat is. Someone said, Phoenix, can you talk about the ring on your finger? Oh, this bad boy here. This one here is not for everyone. This is a personal ring for myself. This is more for like dreams. This is more for like, let's just say, more for like psychic visions. This is more of a personal thing. This is not something that I'm selling whatsoever. This is more of like my own personal piece. Yeah, so for people whatsoever that's probably looking at it whatsoever, this is my own personal piece. This is definitely not for sale, but yeah, it's mainly for like psychic visions, basically protection whatsoever, more from the astral sense. That's what this ring is actually for. But as you can see, the symbolic breakdown, you have horns, which represents power. Then you have the image of death, skull, human skull, which is caution. Keep a distance, you know what I'm saying? So it's a form of protection from the dark forces of the universe. but that's a whole nother story. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me go down. Okay, what do we have here? What's the next question here? Okay. Let me go back up. Man, they got so much questions I got to go back to. Greetings. Raymond, what's going on? Okay, now I've been having, I already read that one already. Ezerly, do you know about her mother? Ezerly Gun? You're talking about Ezerly Gun then, all right? Is that what you're talking about? We're talking about Ezerly Gun. That is Ezerly, the manifestation of Ezerly in her old state. Some people may say that's the mother of Ezerly, but there's different manifestations of this energy of Ezerly. You have Ezerly Freda, you have Ezerly Mapiang, you have Ezerly Set Kuto. You have so many versions of Ezerly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there any spiritual significance? Can't do that one. Do you think? Okay, I already read that one. What is Makaya? I already read that. Okay. Have you ever worked with Tijan Petoul? No. I've never really worked with Tijan Petoul. Never. But from an ex-girlfriend, that was a law that was very big in her family. But Tijan Petoul can definitely cause fires. Tijan Petoul can be very malicious, if you're on the wrong side of the track. Tijan Petoul is definitely a powerful spirit. They say Tijan Petoul walks with Marinette as well as Ezu Dantor. Uh-huh. Now, the root workers, I'm going to say this. The root workers, see, the thing about it is, there's certain things I can't say on the internet. Let me just put it like this. Let me just put it like this, right? See, this thing can move beyond magic as a boko. Let me just say there's species of plants that can be very dangerous to humans, and I'm not talking about magic. But that's neither here nor there. If you understand what I'm saying, then you get what I'm saying. See, there's certain things that you can't do in America. That's why a boko has to keep it in the world of magie. Because in America, saying, a boko is neutralized to a degree. Saying his talents, I wouldn't say neutralized, his talents are, how can I say this? It becomes, let's just say, limited. A boko in Haiti is doing way more interesting things than a boko living in America. See, a boko living in America, he could only do magie. A person down in Haiti, it's off limits, man. There's way more stuff that a boko could do that he can't do in America. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is the difference? Someone asked me, what is the difference between white magic and black magic? I'm going to say this. Let's just say white magic is when you're trying to put some sense of order in regulation. That's why I say white magic is when you're trying to bring some form of order, some type of structure. Black magic is when you're trying to bring destruction. That's how I see it. When you're doing white magic, you're trying to put some order. You're trying to, and even just because it's white magic doesn't mean that there can't be consequences. There can be bad things that happen with white magic. But when you're specifically bent on causing the demise or the breakdown of something, that's when we're talking about black magic. Black magic is geared towards bringing destruction or basically breaking down fabrics. And yes, please hit that like button. I only see 2 hearts. I need you guys on YouTube to hit that like button. Let me see what we got here. Okay, what is the difference? I think I answered that. Well, actually, what is the difference between hoodoo and voodoo? Okay, good. I can actually that's actually coming from TikTok. Someone recently asked. Somebody just asked me on TikTok, what is the difference between hoodoo and voodoo? Okay, from my observation, hoodoo is more of like African American folk magic, right? Now, the thing about hoodoo is that it's not like, let's just say, how can I say this? It can be independent. A hoodoo worker can be independent by themselves. And it's not where many people congregate together that I've seen it. You could be one person and you have your family tradition, you work through your shit whatsoever with your family and your friends whatsoever. But mainly it's an individual thing where per se Haitian Vodou is more of a community thing. You know, basically there is deities in the in Vodou. That's a necessity. You can't have Haitian Vodou without deities. These deities are distinct. They're of, you know, they're definitely distinct, you know. And when you make that comparison to hoodoo, hoodoo doesn't really necessarily have a head deity. If I'm correct, that's more of a practice with ancestors and, you know, in magie. But voodoo is more of, deals with a lot of deities. We believe the deities are our intercessors between man and God, you know. Where the hoodoo thing, again, you know, you can have a connection with God, you can still, you know, practice your magie or do what you do. But yes, voodoo is more of a community thing. It's more political. It's more let me not say more structured, because everybody has their ways of doing things. But I would say politics, yes, Haitian voodoo has a lot of politics. You know, like again, listen, when I say politics, you're dealing with steels, you're dealing with temples, you're dealing with different, you're dealing with different temples, you're dealing with people from different places, different regions of Haiti. So you got politics there where people basically have their way of doing things and their customs and their traditions based on their location. You know, and if you basically if you claim in a location and you're not doing it according to what they're used to, the way they're doing it, they're gonna look at you as a fraud. You don't know what you're doing. So that's pretty much how it is, man. Okay, someone sent me a super chat for $4. Let's go down here. What's the difference? Okay, super chat. Let's see what the super chat is. Whoa, there's a lot of comments here. Holy smoke. If someone paid a boko to put a protection spell on them, specifically having met Kafu to protect them, is there a way to bypass that protection? Hmm. A good spiritual assassin can bypass anyone's protection. That's what I'm going to keep it real with you. A good spiritual assassin can bypass anyone's protection. Doesn't matter the deity. If you're good, they can bypass it. You know, yeah. Met Kafu, even if it's Met Kafu, if it's whatever, a person with good experience, good knowledge, they'll definitely be able to bypass it. Let me go back up. We have a lot of questions up above. Okay, this is good. What's a good question here? Was there healing done with voodoo, since I mostly hear about black magic? Was there any healing done? I learned my grandmother was a mambo, but it's been challenging finding guidance due to few talking about voodoo. Well, first and foremost, let me explain something. Well, again, if you're from New Orleans, because the way you're spelling it, that's definitely a spelling of people in New Orleans or basically something of that sort. And even with the pronunciation of Mambo, that's possibly New Orleans that you're making reference to. Or I don't know, maybe you're talking about Haitian Vodou. I don't know. But just by the spelling, it makes me think that you are someone referring to New Orleans Voodoo. And I'm gonna definitely say again, that is different practice, different politics, different, but it's yes, it's still Voodoo, but it has different ways of doing things. There's different guidelines, different ways of producing ceremonies. It is what it is. But as far as your question is concerned, um, you mainly hear about black magic. I don't know if if you that's all you're hearing about. Maybe you need to investigate a little more because it's beyond just black magic. Voodoo can be healing. I mean, listen, every movie that you watch, from Serpent and the Rainbow, there's a good stuff they talk about it. If you even watch the new Exorcist, the latest Exorcist movie, The Believer, right? You'll even see in there at the beginning there's a voodoo ceremony, and there was a voodoo ceremony that was done that protected this woman's baby. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you seek, you shall find. Basically, Vodou. When you're talking about the religion of Vodou, it's not all about black stuff, dark stuff, magic, black magic, and shit like that. There's a lot of positive stuff there too, but you have to seek, and you shall find. I don't know. When I type in Haitian Voodoo, I see a lot of good stuff. I don't really see bad stuff. Now, if you're talking about Boko, that's a different story. That's a different animal. Mm-hmm. Olodumare. Oh, no, Osumare. Osumare, similar to Dumba. I don't know who Osumare is. That you have to, that's something that my girl would probably have to answer. You have to talk to a person in Ifa or something like that. But then again, I don't know. That's not my tradition. I'm of Haitian Vodou. That definitely sounds like Ifa or Santeria. I don't know much about that. But Dumbala is a serpent deity. I don't know much about that spirit. Can you use Ogu Ferai for MMA fights? Of course you can. Mm-hmm. All right, let me get my TikTok audience. Let me get to my TikTok audience. They asked me questions. Hold on. Woo, woo, woo. They got a lot of questions in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a lot of questions. Sorry. Whoa. Okay. What's the difference between Hoodoo and Voodoo? I answer that. Encouraging your view. Okay, all right. How does someone know they have magic on them? I mean, listen, for me, I don't get too wrapped up in it. To be honest with you, listen, I barely ever check if someone does magic on me. Like, I barely ever check. To be honest with you, I barely ever do. And if I was to assume what most people assume, then I would say this. And to answer your question, I would say you can basically feel out of pocket. Basically you can feel very drained. You can feel very tired. You know what I'm saying? Bad luck, things just go left for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about it like that, then that could be necessarily so. See, for me, I look at it like this. When it comes to magic and stuff like that, it's very rare that you find someone that really knows how to do good black magic. That's why most of the time, I'm sorry to say it, but I basically write a lot of people off. And I've been doing this for 20 years. But most of the time, when people come to me telling me, oh, so and so, this person is doing this person is doing that. Then when I step in a picture and take over and I do the job for them, that person takes the fall. Where's the magic at? I mean, where's this big scary person you was telling me about? You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't even respect what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect what other people claiming other people are doing to them. I just know what I'm capable of. I may sound very arrogant and very cocky, but that's just how I feel. Oshun and are superior. Olu Oluron and Olodumere. Somebody has Osunmere. I don't know if they it is a wrong pronunciation or something like that. But if we're talking about Olodumere, if I'm correct, that is the supreme creator. In Vodou, the supreme creator is Bon Dieu or L'Éternel. You know what I'm saying? The éternel, the eternal. Yeah. Éternel, l'éternel, or bon Dieu. What is the difference between Ezeli and Ezeli Kenoa? Ezeli Dantor and Kenoa. Kenoa. I haven't worked with Kenoa, so I can't really answer that part. But I can tell you about Ezeli Dantor. Ezeli Dantor is a motherly figure deity in Voodoo, right? And this spirit can be very protective of her children, or basically say her shwal, people that actually serve her. Yes, Ezeli Dantor is a very loving spirit and definitely loves the people that basically serves her. And she's also known for dark, dark skinned women, dark haired women, etc., etc. Is vampirism practiced in Voodoo? Is good question. Is vampirism? We have a thing called lugau. That's the closest thing to vampirism, right? Let me correct that. Vampirism and Zonbi. When you're talking about a zombie, this is vampirism in its purest form. See, listen, this is why I be like telling people, man, I'm not going to no vampire club and stuff like that. People be inviting me, oh, come on to vampire events. People have these fake fangs in their mouth. I'm like, listen, tomfoolery, nonsense. When you're looking at a vampirism, if I'm correct, it comes from a Romanian word fear, right? Basically, you're talking about a sucker. But what are we talking about? The spirit of the dead. You're saying when you're talking voodoo about a vampire, we're talking about a zombie, not your typical Walking Dead, etc. The essence of a vampire is the spirit of the dead or the energy of the dead. That energy can latch on to human beings and take their vitality. So when it latches onto a person, whether it's a muerto, wherever you want to refer to it as a muerto, whether you want to refer to it as a zombie, when it latches onto a person, it keeps on sucking them and sucking them dry. It's not an instant thing. It's something that carries on after time, weeks, months. It just sits on a person like a leech, just drinking vitality. And as time goes on, you begin to see the person begins to get weak and weak and weak and weak. Age can be a factor. If a person's older in age, they may not live that long. But that's the nature of vampirism. When a person sends the dead after you and a dead sits on you, that dead brings sickness. And that sickness can bring that person's demise. How does one decipher a good spiritualist? Hold on. Okay, how does one decipher a good spiritualist? I think really that's like personal research. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, there's a lot of people out here that's claiming to do certain things. I mean, attitude, how they're presenting themselves. Listen, key signs and elements. The key sign and element is if a person is not beat, they're not running you down, harassing you for money and stuff like that. They're not calling your phone left and right, or even if they come to you. See, the thing is, look at the desperation. Desperation is a person hitting you up back and forth. You gotta do this, you gotta do this. You give you the scare tactics and stuff like that. You gotta be able to read between the lines of the game that these people are playing. This, you got this thing, you got this curse on you. We need to do this. When somebody tries to scare you, that is a sign for you to let you know that this person is no good. You know, as far as their presentation to you, that's of importance too. You know, if a spiritualist is presenting themselves and they're speaking to you eloquently and they're taking the time out to hear your case, you know, that is important too. You know, you don't want a person that's just gonna want to rush you off the phone and rush, rush the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Some people about their work, but then again, you'll find a lot of spiritualists, all they want to do is just get paid. And that's it. But patience is one sign that that person could be legit. Having patience, taking their time out to talk with you, hear your case out, hear your situation out. If the person's not quick to run for money, if you find out that person is like, trying to rush you to get paid or whatever, they trying to bug you for money every week, they're asking you for money or something like that. Come on, that's letting you know that person's not right. A true spiritualist is going to sit back and be like, listen, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for you. Mm-hmm. A true spiritualist is not desperate. And some spiritualists will tell you, oh, you got to get initiated. They'll throw this initiation thing on you. Oh, you need to take you got to get help. Your life is in danger. A true spiritualist is going to tell you what you need to hear, and you can decide what you want to do. A true spiritualist is going to say, hey, this is what I see. Now, if this is what you want to do here, this is what they're going to give you a choice. And that choice is ultimately yours. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that. So now, that was a TikTok question. I need y'all guys to hit that like button. I need you guys on YouTube to hit that like button. You guys on TikTok, you guys on Facebook to hit that like button, please. Terrence Trent, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Someone asked me, is Marie Laveau part of the Gede Pantheon? Well, I would say this. That is a New Orleans thing. Now, as far as you say Marie Laveau to a Haitian, most likely they're not going to know who that person is. Though she has Haitian roots, most people in Haiti are not going to know who that is. That is a thorough investigation, but that's something down in New Orleans. Haitian Vodou is that, that's definitely, that's a whole different way of going about things, politics and structure. New Orleans, it definitely is effective, is definitely good. But again, Marie Laveau is a spirit that's basically known to them. So I can't speak on that, what category she falls into. That would have to be someone that's from New Orleans that practices New Orleans voodoo that could actually explain that to you. Okay. When is protection necessary? Also, what about reversal spells? Does evil eye and other attempting interfere with your relationship? How does this manifest in life of a person? Okay, let me read this. Let me get through this. Okay. When is protection necessary? Okay, very important. And also, what about reverse spells? Does this reverse evil eye and other attempting to interfere with your relationship? How does that manifest in the life of a person? Well, protection is always necessary. Every day I protect myself. Basically, there's unwanted energy in the world. When you step outside your house, knowingly or unknowingly, we can say this. There's energy out there. And when you're walking out there, if you don't have protection on you, basically some of that stuff can latch onto you. Some of us are more sensitive than others. And that's why they call these people empaths. Some people could be psychic empaths. You know, when basically they feel certain things, they absorb all of it. They can be absorbing other people's feelings and emotions. And now they're basically feeling as though they're becoming sick, or they feel as though they're depressed, or they're losing their mind. And you know, basically, this is why protection is necessary. Don't question where it's coming from. Protect yourself. Because some people be like, oh, who sent this? Who said that? Did they do this? Did they do that? No. Don't matter where it's coming from. Protect yourself at all times. That's all you need to focus on. Now, as far as evil eye and things like that, when you're doing reversal spells, whomever is in the wrong, you know, is going to get what's due to them. Reversal is mainly, listen, reversals are very interesting, because I remember when I was younger, some people tried to rob me, and the situation turned out in my favor, where I turned around and gave them what they were trying to do to me. See, I mean, you can read between the lines of what I'm saying, but that was something that I did in my younger years when I was foolish and ignorant. Okay, next. You are welcome, Voodoo Blue. Okay, gold and silver. Can you talk about gold and silver? The difference between gold and silver. Now, I'll say this: two different energy. Energy, gold is definitely hot, is definitely uplifting, is definitely can put you in a better mood. If you're a person that's very down in your energy, you know, you're very laid back, or whatever melancholy comes over you, if you need to brighten your day, wearing gold will definitely lift your energy up. You know, now silver is where it's different. The energy of silver cools you down. It has a cooling effect. If you're too much of a busybody and you need to chill out, you need to relax, you know, shit is just too hot for you, then wearing silver may be a good option for you, because that thing brings your energy down and it allows you to focus. Because sometimes we can get so caught up spiritually, we're hot, our mind is hot, there's so much things going on, oh my god, we're moving around, and we may need that moment of chill. We may need that space of relaxation. Silver can do it for us. Silver also has the ability to open us psychically. It makes us more in tune psychically. You may wear silver if you feel like, you know, well, you know what? I need to be more in tune. Silver can basically put you in tune. Gold, on the other hand, definitely is a wealth thing. It attracts wealth. It bestows beauty. But it's an attractive essence. Oh, this person is very attractive. Where per se, when you wear silver, you find that you become very pleasing to people's eyes. It makes you classy and handsome. Silver is not a loud energy. Silver is very calm, cool, and collected. Yeah. A lot of spirits like silver. Yes, silver is definitely a very powerful metal, just like gold is. There's more. I know on an economic level, gold has more value than silver, but as far as silver is concerned, it's a very powerful metal. Don't underestimate silver because of what society says about silver when it comes to the monetary, in a monetary sense. Okay, so listen, I'm going to conclude this video. I've been up late last night. I'm not going to tell y'all guys what I was doing, but stay tuned. Listen, I don't know if my girl is going to basically get up here and do collective readings after me, but if she wants to, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? If she's going to get up here and do collective readings, I don't know, but we'll see. But with that said, I'm going to basically cut out. I'll catch you guys on another one. Deuces, everyone.